It's a maximum security prison housing 2,800 inmates, some for the most brutal crimes you can imagine. Others with long rap sheets, only too familiar with prison. You said to me, I'm guilty.
Guilty. Guilty as charged.
How has faith shaped your time here in prison?
I mean, it's all I got, really.
Is faith?
It's all I got.
It may be the last place you would expect to see a pope.
They want to have hope, and this pope brings hope.
How did this happen, that the pope is coming here?
Divine intervention.
On Sunday, Pope Francis will meet with some 100 inmates here at the Curran-Fromhold Correctional Facility on the outskirts of Philadelphia. It is the first time a pope has ever visited a U.S. prison. You're the reason the pope is coming to this prison.
And it's a great honor, and it's a great blessing.
Father Matthew Palkowski wrote a letter to the Vatican asking for the Pope to bless these prisoners. Some of them here for serious, many would say unforgivable felonies, some still awaiting trial. How did you get him to come?
I asked him to consider the people who are here, who are the least of these, that Jesus talks about, the sort of little ones that he had a concern for.
It gives them a sense of value, the fact that they're not forgotten, that they still have worth, that there are individuals in the world who hope for their success.
We met 3 inmates who will meet the pontiff.
I made a bad decision, and I came here.
I'm a strong believer that everything happens for a reason, so me being here, in some ways, it feels like I'm supposed to be here.
What about those who would say, shouldn't the Pope be meeting with the victims of those in here who are guilty?
If a house is on fire, yes, you want to help the people who are getting out of there, and you want to get them out, but you also want to put out the fire. If you're going to help change society, the change comes in the heart first.
They are part of a team that built this chair for him as a gift. What's that experience like?
Once in a lifetime thing. Once our supervisors, came to us with the idea that they wanted us to make the chair, we were all ecstatic and excited.
It was a lot of work, from the woodwork down to the upholstery work. But with us collaborating on the job, everything came together, and it came together nice.
We try to make it as perfect as possible.
Yes. You're going to be able to say for the rest of your life, something I did is in the Vatican.
Right.
Michelangelo and my work.
Pope Francis has made it abundantly clear he is a pope of the periphery, caring for those on the margins. He's washed and kissed the feet of prisoners in Rome and visited the largest and most notorious prison in Bolivia earlier this year. What does it mean in your heart, do you know, that he's coming to see you?
It means a lot. It means, he's stepping into a prison without passing judgment on anybody. And that's hard for a lot of people to do, and coming from him, it means it's peaceful, it's humbling.
He's a man of faith, and he's not above us.
I'm just a human being like everybody else.
Albert Tilson is a practicing Muslim.
That's all I represent is peace.
He does not practice your religion, you do not practice his religion, but it doesn't matter to you.
No, it doesn't, because at the end of the day, it's not about religion. It's all about the peace and everybody sticking together.
Proceed to your housing unit.
2.2 million Americans are incarcerated, according to the International Center for Prison Studies, leaving the U.S. with close to 25% of the world's prisoners, despite being home to just under 5% of the global population.
We really have to rethink the way we address offense and the way we consider offense. And I think we've gone too far in criminalization.
We've gone too far in criminalization, coming from the man who runs this prison.
Yeah.
Even if you're in here, you're going to be free because God made you free.
Right.
I think a lot of the inmates have received a message so often that they're not worthwhile, that they're somehow less, that they're not fully human, not worth what everyone else is worth.
You know the rules.
And to have the Pope come and visit them is to say, yes, you really are created in the image of God. You really have value. You are wonderfully made. I'm hoping that the Pope's visit says to them, maybe I am something worthwhile. The Pope came to visit me. The Pope came to see where I was.
Poppy Harlow, CNN, Philadelphia.